Yo, hello Patrick. What's going on? Just wait for a few people to get back. What's up, dog? What's up, B dog? Yeah. So just people who are joining, we'll just wait a little bit just for, give some time for people to join the live stream. What, you're back? What? Yeah, I went to New Zealand and I just got back last night. Yeah. Just thought I'd be dramatic. It's like, I'm back. It's like, yeah, I was gone for like 3 weeks. Big deal. It's all good. Yo, Mike, you need to read the Bible. Mike? Who's Mike? Why does Mike need to read the Bible? It's too long, though. I try to give it a chance, but it's like, they got to make it more user-friendly. Or like Jordan Peterson should like just rewrite it all, because the way he speaks, it's more coherent. Hey, Norway here. Hello, Australia here. It's good to be back. Cheers, Marius, for the €2 donation. Much appreciated. That's awesome. Nice. It's especially nice knowing that this whole channel is still demonetized. It's taken YouTube like, I don't even know, over 6 months. I've been going back and forth with them. And they're like, yeah, no, we're accepting you in the YouTube partnership program. We're just, taking our sweet time. Oh man. Wow, you watch Jordan Peterson? Yeah, I've been listening to his audiobook 12 Rules for Life, especially during this New Zealand trip. And there's been so many times where I fall asleep listening to Peterson to the point where it seeps into my dreams, and I'll just be like walking with Jordan, just having a chat like we're mates, and I'd wake up and like, oh, okay, cool. That would have been nice. He's like one of my dream people to get on the podcast. I think that'd be very, very interesting. Yeah, amazing book though. I think I've listened to it twice over already. Really, really, really good. Highly recommend. Actually, I swear I didn't do this on purpose, but there's actually a free 30-day Audible trial, which is on the description link below. So if you don't already have an Audible account, you can actually get that book for free. So there you go. It's interesting. Mum got this. It's interesting. It's like this coffee-infused mushroom blend thing. I don't know. It's all right. I don't really like the taste of coffee, but kind of wakes me up. I like to have it sometimes for the feeling. But I'm like overly sensitive to stimulants. So when I do have coffee, whew, yeah. YouTube equals communists / Nazis. Yeah, it's been pretty. It's been interesting. Because when this whole YouTube crisis happened, where it started with a few of my videos getting like demonetized and age restricted, and every day there was more and more videos that started to be age restricted. And it was really weird because it was mostly like the educational videos or videos where I'm just talking. Like it wasn't any of my documentaries or any videos that had graphic use of any substances, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. And then I got a strike. I think I got it appealed. It's weird because I haven't got word back from YouTube quite yet. But when I go on my channel, the strike doesn't show anymore. So I'm just hoping for the best. Matcha is better for you. The caffeine has a lot of antioxidants. I actually drink green tea a lot more. I rarely drink coffee. I just do it every once in a while. I treat it almost like a recreational substance. I don't know. It just affects me more. But I also get a much bigger crash as well. So that's why I don't like drinking caffeine too much. I can feel it draining my adrenals. But this is, I don't know. I just wanted to try this. This is with mushrooms. So it's all right. I actually prefer cocoa powder. That's amazing. And it's interesting because it looks, smells, and tastes like matcha. So yeah, it's much more sustainable for sure. So what's going on in the world of YouTube? Where is everyone from? We've got someone from Norway. Any Aussies? New Zealanders? By the way, New Zealand is freaking amazing. I don't know if any of you guys are following me on my Instagram, but I post some pretty cool pictures over there. So good. Absolutely just stunning. It's like it's Lord of the Rings, man. Tom, I'm hi from Montreal, Canada. Hello, Montreal. Got a few Canadians. What time is it in Canada? I'm assuming night sometime. Cleveland, Ohio. That's better. USA, Sydney rep. I'm from the school shooting. Fucking hell, that's pretty dark. Watching on my phone from a snowy patch of woods in Haines, Alaska. Really? Nice. It's like complete opposite weather than Australia, huh? Hi from Italy. From Italia. Hamburg, Germany. I met a guy from Austria. No, he was German. No. I met a German guy who was like one of our neighbors while we were camping, and he recognized Adam. He's like watched all his videos, and then I came over, and he recognized me from Adam's videos. And long story short, he gave me a little bit of weed, which was quite nice. This is the first time I smoked in a while, and it was good. I ended up having a joint at it was like 3 a.m. during this YouTube crisis where me and Adam were just like privating a lot of videos. Adam didn't smoke because he's not really into weed, and I like to smoke every once in a while. And it was a good time to do so. What's the best way to smoke changa? It depends how much you're willing to use, I suppose. But from what I gather, it's probably best from a bong, just because you want to smoke as much as possible in the shortest amount of time, assuming that you want to break through, because then again, you might have a different way of how you want to experience it. Barnsdale, Victoria. Bloody Barnsdale. Indeed, very snowy. I watch your version of MasterChef. I watch your version of MasterChef as an antidepressant. Really? Nice. I haven't seen MasterChef in ages. I watched like the first season for a bit. I actually want to get more into cooking because there's always a blessing in every curse. So it's quite nice. Sorry, I just got a message. That's why my brain just went bloop. Yeah, because of this whole YouTube crisis, and I'm gonna have to look for other ways to make money and stuff. But I've been like eating out less, meaning that I've had to force to cook for myself more often, and it's fucking awesome, man. It's very meditative. Sorry, guys, I'm still getting. Well, I can't use jet lag as an excuse because it's only 2 hours away, but still getting settled here. G'day from Footscray. Fucking Footscray, huh? Oh, mate. Got to come down to Ferntree Gully. It's much, much prettier. Has weed changed for you at all since Sykes? Yes, but it was specifically from ayahuasca, which is interesting because Adam had the same experience. So after my first retreat, weed, it's like I am 100 times more sensitive to weed, and I can even have a psychedelic experience from smoking. This is good and bad. It's good the fact that I can have like the tiniest joints and just get absolutely barbecued and really get high, let's say. But the bad news is that I can't smoke weed like I used to, in the sense where it's like I have to almost treat it like a ceremony. Not saying that I do every time, but I struggle. Like if I smoke weed, it's going to be very difficult for me to, let's say, go out in public or a shopping center. And it depends on the strain, I suppose. But yeah, I can go really, really, really deep with weed. I like it. Show us the rest of your sweatshirt. Oh yeah. Check it out. It's just delayed, so I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, we got this new merch. I think you can get one in the link. Link is in the description if you want. And I got a white t-shirt one as well. And you got a white hoodie. Pretty cool, eh? My mate, actually my ex-bandmate designed it for me. He's a legend. I used to be in a metal band. Yeah. Pretty cool. Where's the pop out? Hang on, I've lost the chat. Hang on a sec. Give me a second. I'm still a noob at this live stream stuff. Okay. I wasn't trying to be dark, but legit the school shit. Yeah, I know. It's all good. How do I obtain this? Yeah, in the description box. Hello, Tom from Canada. Hello, from Canada, eh? I'm not your friend, buddy. He's not your buddy, guy. I'm not your guy, friend. Are you vegan? Technically not. I guess I mostly eat vegan. I would say maybe like 90-95% of the time. When I don't eat vegan, it's like honey, fish every once in a while, and egg very rarely, but every once in a while I do. But no, I don't eat chicken. I definitely don't eat chicken and red meat. I'm very strict about that. It's been years. Yeah, same. I can't smoke anymore because it's too intense. Don't get me wrong. I can still smoke, and I fucking love weed when it's like when I do it sparingly. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm out in nature. For example, like in New Zealand, we went to a river, went to had a nice nature hike, and then we smoked a joint, and it was amazing. You know, it's moments like that, and then you just have these really deep philosophical discussions, or listen to music, or create. When things like that, I really do enjoy getting high from weed. But when it comes to like just sitting down in a couch watching a movie, I literally cannot do that anymore. That version of Tom died a very long time ago. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I can't. I just can't sit there and just do nothing. Sorry, it says Adam's messaging me right now, so I'm just getting distracted. Hey Tom, I know you're saying. Hang on. Hey, I know you're saying that you'll never use psychedelics again, at least for now. But did you ever, though, ever thought to do it, but in low or moderate dose again? Not really, because I don't know. Even when I think of microdosing, I just don't resonate with it. Like I don't resonate having any dose of psychedelic, whether it's really low or especially high. But this is me now, and like I said before, I can smoke weed and have a psychedelic experience. So for me to kind of drop acid or take mushrooms seems kind of pointless in a lot of ways, just because weed for me is a lot safer. I'm not going to have a psychotic. There's no chance of me going through like psychosis or a really bad trip. I mean, sure, of course, every once in a while I might go through like these paranoia and these really intense self-inquiry, because it can be brutal every once in a while, but I can handle it a lot more and I trust it. So yeah, I can have a psychedelic experience from weed, doing deep breathing, go on isolation tank, maybe MDMA, but again, a lot of people wouldn't count that as a psychedelic. But no, when it comes to like the traditional psychedelics, no, not even low dose, to be honest. I've had intense trips from weed. I used to smoke all the time. I miss it. So even this, like, I'm so sensitive to substances that I haven't even had like a quarter of this cup of coffee, and I'm like buzzing already. It's so bitter though. Ooh, it's got like an earthy taste because of the mushrooms. Quite nice. I don't know. It's bitter. It's not nice, but at the same time, it's a little bit nice. Have you ever tried floating in a float tank? Oh, well, yeah. I have done floating before. I'd love to reach out to like a float tank company so I can like float for free and I just promote their shit. That'd be awesome. Dope. Is that a chimp with a third eye? Haha. Yes, it is. Third eye chimp. If you want to get it, link in bio. I don't want to turn into Logan Paul though. He just like says it like 10 times per video. Do you play guitar, Tom? Yes, I do. I was actually very tempted to just start playing guitar on the stream, but then I'll be really distracted. No, I love guitar. He's pescatarian with no dairy, right? Yeah, for the most part. Even though my seafood consumption is going down, because it's not that I have a problem with eating seafood. It's more the ocean's being so fucked up and polluted that it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm lucky that I live in Australia and our seafood is a lot cleaner than it is, let's say, in the US. So I am going to take advantage and enjoy it while it lasts. But even then, I just like to keep it at a minimum. It's just, I don't know what I'm doing with my diet, but I don't know if it's like the vegan diet works for me, because I'm starting to get like a lot of this chronic fatigue is starting to creep back up. I might be missing something in my diet. I feel like I might be low in iron or something. I'm actually going to go for a blood test and see what I need to eat. Like if I need to eat eggs again, I'm going to eat eggs. Or I don't know. There might be something missing. Maybe try some hemp. I don't know. Do you guys have any kind of options or tips for chronic fatigue? Yo, what's up, brother? Vibes from Jamaica. Fuck, that's sick, man. I'd love to go to Jamaica. Yeah, I've always wanted to go there. Actually, my friend asked me like 2 days ago, would you rather smoke weed with Rastafari in Jamaica or a yogi in India? I'm like, I don't know. Please play guitar, my dude. Maybe later. Just let me go through some of these questions. Same, like even a cup of tea, I can feel the caffeine. Coffee is so strong. Yeah, coffee is strong. That's why I don't have it all the time. Check out Rest House in Bentley. I just did a 2-hour float as my first time. It was a very interesting experience. Nice. I had 2 bad experiences with DMT. Then I took a break from all substances for about 2 months. When I finally smoked weed again, I had a full-blown psychedelic trip. It was kind of DMT vibe. Yeah, it's interesting how weed changes forever after certain psychedelic experiences. Oh, Maddie or Seaman. Thanks for the donation, brother. Complete social fearlessness. Is this possible? Have you experienced something which came near to this? I don't think that the fear necessarily will ever dissipate. I think it's more of the relationship with your fear or social anxiety that changes. I think that the more you put yourself out there and exercise that, let's say, those fear states, or let's say you're socially anxious and you're afraid to go up to a girl or whatever, right? The more you do that and the more you get used to getting rejected, the more you put yourself out there, that feeling will go less and less and less, to the point where you'll give much less fucks, right? And then you can go up to bigger groups. You can go up to hotter girls. You can do those kind of things. And the fear is going to be much less, but I still think it's going to be in there somewhere, whether you realize it or not. I think that these anxiety is kind of part of life. And I guess it depends on how often you're practicing that, because let's say you get to the point where you have this social fearlessness. If you stop putting yourself out there, let's say for 6 months or whatever, you become a recluse and you go back to it, you're going to have to rework that muscle. So to answer your question, is complete social fearlessness possible? Yes, it is, but I don't think fearlessness necessarily means that you have zero fear whatsoever. It's just you have a completely different relationship to it. Have I had experiences something which came near to this? Well, even take podcasting, for example. The first few ones that I did, holy shit, did I get like cotton mouth really, because naturally I'm a very awkward, socially anxious person. And a lot of people, when they see my videos, think that I'm really confident. And like, yeah, I can be, but it's because I really stepped outside of my comfort zone and kind of practice putting myself in these fearful states. So to answer your question, yeah, I've had experiences where things that really, really, really bothered me doesn't really anymore. But like I said, that fear doesn't really disappear forever. You just have a different relationship to it. So like now when I do a podcast, it's like, yeah, sure, I get a bit nervous, but fuck, it's much better to be just a little bit nervous and get through it than like super duper, like, you know, cottonmouth nervous. And that, of course, but again, if let's say if I was to interview someone that I really look up to, then yeah, I'm going to be fucking nervous. But the next person that I interview on that same caliber, that anxiety will be a little bit less. So yeah. Saw an awesome video of a guy playing Radioactive on a violin. Now I want to play violin. Nice. I've actually been learning, you know, the Shire theme from Lord of the Rings on like classical guitar. That's really cool. I've just been learning that today. You know, after going through, you know, through New Zealand, fucking traveling through Mordor, I've been inspired. I really want to watch The Hobbit again and Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen it in ages. I really like The Hobbit. Have you guys seen it? And actually, let me ask you, do you prefer The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings? Because, like, don't get me wrong, Lord of the Rings is, like, the classic of all classics, but Hobbit, for me, is, like, I think I like The Hobbit a little bit more just because of how adventurous it is and, like, the humor it has to it, and you can kind of watch it in any mood. Kind of nice. Chlorella for iron. That would be very bad, though. What's bad? Oh, right. Your DMT experience. Chlorella for iron ton. All right. I'll give it a shot. Would you ever consider trying out raw vegan for a week or so? Yes. But maybe not now just because I've been too fatigued. Yeah, I don't know. I've been too fatigued. So there's something that I'm missing from my diet. And my body tells me that going raw vegan right now might not be the best idea for me. But then I don't know. That could be just ignorance. So yeah, I'll give it a shot. But I don't know. What is chewing coca leaf like compared to coffee? Coca is more, it oxygenates your blood more. So you can noticeably feel that you're breathing deeper, which automatically, you know, improves every area of your life. 2, it's like more perky. You're more chattier. You know what I mean? And it has a little bit of euphoria, just a little. It's very tiny, but you can notice it. And the crash is like almost non-existent. So, and it's good for you. Good for you. I am also flexible with my diet. If I'm craving fat, I'll have some dairy, but only organic. And I'll also have fish for protein, healthy fats every now and again. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not like a purist, and I'll have, yeah, like eggs, as long as it's, you know, free range and organic, then yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't feel bad for that at all. Early trauma can have a lot to do with it also. True. When does your podcast with Adam come out on your channel? Well, because I got to give Adam a copy of it just to, you know, so I have his okay. But I think that 2 weeks. Tom, hi. Hey, Tom, do you agree with Martin Ball that all beings we see in the psychedelic trance are simply projection of the human imagination? Well, yes and no, because from what I've learned, everything is a paradox in life. And you can say that these beings are projections from our imagination, but on a really deep level, you could also say that everything in this physical dimension is a projection from our imagination. So whether it is, or, like, I don't like to tackle the question whether it is or isn't, because I think it's a bit irrelevant on a practical term. But whether it's meaningful, like, I still, like, okay, let me put it this way. Let's just say they are just projections from the human imagination, which I'm not going to argue for it against, because again, we can never know, and it's kind of it's fun to discuss, but it's kind of pointless on a practical level. But just because these are projections from our imagination, it doesn't mean that they have power, right? And it has its life form of its own. So let's say demons, for example, right? You could say, oh, they're just thought forms, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, but there's still these malevolent forces in the universe that can negatively affect our lives in many different ways. just like how positive entities can as well. But I also think that there's a lot of deception. I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but I guess my point is it doesn't really matter whether it's from our mind or not. These beings definitely have a lot of power. I definitely think it has a life of its own in a certain way. And yeah, they can be useful and dangerous at the same time. And I think, like Ram Dass says, just because these entities doesn't have a body, it doesn't mean that they hold the truth either. So just be careful of the deception, because you might see this beautiful, angelic entity that's here to help you, and it might give you all this wisdom and truths and blah, blah, blah from what you perceive at the time, but it can fuck you up in a lot of ways in the future, and it can put you down a dark path. And again, whether it's imagination or not is irrelevant. So I guess the point is just to be vigilant and don't maybe not focus too much on whether they're real or not. It's whether they have power or not, which they do, because thoughts are imaginations. Thoughts are a figment of our imagination. But as many of you know, when you attach yourself to thoughts, the experience can be very fucking real and can create your own reality. So there's my thoughts on that. Thoughts on deja vu. I think there's so much to it, man. I don't want to get too much into it now, because it's like, that's Pandora's box, man, that question. But in short, I think it's something to do with synchronicity. It's like you're remembering that it's like when you have this deja vu moment, it's like, you know what? I've been here before. I remember this, right? And maybe it's like your higher self being reminded of something that happened on this. It's really hard to put into words, but I think it's got something to do with synchronicity, sort of like a pat on the back from the universe, like, yep, you're on the right path. Because, you know, our ego thinks of this reality as this linear sequence, which is completely false. So maybe we're tapped into like the bigger picture, because everything that's ever happened has already happened. So I don't know, maybe it's something to do with that. Maybe I'm just full of shit. Yes, obviously I've seen it. Good, blah blah blah. I felt like a hobbit on mushrooms. And I saw some people that were like dwarves. Unfortunately, I missed out on Hobbiton. I was going to do a trip simulation there. Lord of the Rings trilogy are my favorite films of all time. The Hobbit was very disappointing. Loved all the books, though. My first book report was on The Hobbit. Yeah, I can see that. The only reason why I say I prefer The Hobbit is only because Lord of the Rings is one of those movies where it's like, oh, okay, it's really intense. I got to put myself in this mood to watch it, and it's like super long. Whereas Hobbit, it's like I can kind of watch it more often than not because it's like less intense. That's what I mean. So, yeah. Are you a fan of Eckhart Tolle? Yes, of course. Oh, well, I'm a fan of his teachings. I don't know him in person. Yeah, it definitely changed my life. I was a vegan for 3 years. Raw vegan only made my issues worse. My diet was well planned with all the supplements you're supposed to take, and nothing helped till I added animals back in. See, this is where I kind of question the vegan diet for myself, because I think every person is different, and a lot of vegans like to preach that the vegan diet is good for everyone, right? And maybe it is on some level, but fuck, we've had a lot of bad habits and different cultures that eat differently over generations, which is going to affect our physiology on some level. So maybe going raw vegan for, like, let's say an Eskimo might not be the best idea. And I'm not sure where I fit in. I think that, like, I can eat animal products, but just not like the meat of it. Like I said, you know, what, with fish and eggs, I think I'm good with that. But I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I haven't found the perfect diet for me, because like I went full on vegan, and it helped for the first few months, and then the tiredness started to get back in. So I don't know if it's for me, or if I'm doing it right. Still trying to figure it out. What's your MBTI type? I forgot. I'm gonna have to redo it. Hey Tom. Hello, Lindsay. How are you? Greeting from Russia, Tom, and everyone watching. Hello from Russia. My dad's Polish, actually. I know it's kind of irrelevant, but he speaks a little bit of Russian. Hey, Tom, just wanted to say mad love and respect from Canada, man. Just wanted to say I can relate so much to your story and all those good vibrations you send out. Yo, keep on spreading that truth, man. Thanks, brother. Much appreciated. Do a video about yerba mate. I'm Argentinian and I'm interested in what you have to say. Lol. Yeah, I will. I'm totally gonna steal Psych Substance video on like the challenge. Sort of. It's gonna be heavily inspired by Psych Substance, but I want to give my little spin to it. But I want to do yerba mate versus coffee. I was originally going to do coffee versus coca, but because coca is the legal and with this whole YouTube thing going on, I don't want to risk it. So I'm just going to choose two legal substances. I personally believe demons and angels are the same thing. Just depends if you respect them or fear them. Interesting take. Yeah. Yeah. Demons and angels. Well, Lucifer was a fallen angel, right? But we Satan a demon necessarily, or is demon like, or are demons Satan's minions? I don't know. I don't know if they're the same thing. Well, it depends where you're coming from, because if you're coming from a place of non-duality, then yeah, everything is the same. Hot and cold is the same. Good and bad is the same. But within this human perception, they're definitely, opposite ends of the spectrum. I don't know. The demons are How do you not fear demons though? They're fucking scary. And I know that they're a part of us. I don't know. Protein from plants, lower risk of cancer. Right. But which came first, the thought or the entity? There we go. Got the chicken and the egg thing going on. I think that the entity came first. And I believe that because, like, where the fuck do thoughts come from? I don't think our brain is generating these things. I think we're tapping into the atmosphere, like the collective unconscious, as Jung used to say. But maybe it's like there is no. But like I said, our ego likes to put this thing in a linear sequence, and we like to say what came first. But that's thinking in linear time. I don't think the universe quite works that way. So maybe neither came first. Maybe it's like a sun. I don't know. Okay, now we're just going to really fucking deep esoteric stuff, which I don't mind. It's just like it's a little bit. Yeah, it's a bit early for me to be talking about this stuff. That's funny. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Boris? Boris the Blade. Oh, it's a lot of coffee for me. Is it normal for shrooms to put you in a very nostalgic state of mind? I recently took a low dose combined with cannabis and felt nothing special except for the loads of childhood memories coming back up. Yeah, when I've had low doses with mushrooms, I've had that literally every single time where just these old memories would just start bubbling up to the surface. And I'd be like, fuck, I remember that. And I'll just be reminiscing and being like this childlike state. So, yeah, I guess it's normal. My friends would say the same. Remember to share. Hang on a sec. The fact that I stopped listening music to watch your live stream says a lot. I appreciate that. I should be flattered. I am flattered. Hey Tom, what's the newest update on your other channel? Do your videos stop being targeted? I've stopped getting strikes, but then again, I have privated a lot of my videos, especially the ones that got had the most views. So hopefully that keeps me in the clear. Every single video that I have left up that has to do with psychedelics has a very clear disclaimer and warning. So hopefully that stops it from getting strikes. But I have continuously had videos getting age restricted, which not only means complete demonetization, but there's a certain demographic on YouTube that won't see it if they have this age restriction on. So it's not necessarily about the money that I care about, but it's like the reach is going to be much less, right? Which is going to mean less subscribers, less views, which I don't really care about. But in the long run, that's going to mean less Patreons and less revenue, right? That's what affects me. What's the deepest thing you realize? I mean, the biggest aha moment. Oh, I've had too many. Duality would be pretty up there. I've had two big realizations. First was like realizing that you can't have darkness without light. So this was like very positive realization. And then my existential crisis was like the negative realization of duality. I'm like, oh, but that means all the good is gonna have this fucking thing, right? And I guess it's like Buddhism, the Buddha used to say that the root of all suffering, one of them is desire and attachment. And I am very attached to this life for sure, because there's many parts of this physical reality which I love. I love so many things I love about being human, being, this carnation. I like being Tom. I love my friends. I like what I do. I love my girlfriend. I love my family. And it kind of sucks that it's all going to be taken away. So, yeah. And something I'm going through like the acceptance stage of it, but it still fucking sucks. And it's hard not to be bitter at reality sometimes. Like, man, I mean, like, yeah, I get it. Like, it's life won't have meaning. You're not going to appreciate it if there's not death and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it still sucks. And I know it's coming from my ego and attachment and identification and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, what the fuck do you want? I'm human. And it's okay sometimes, it's okay to just be pissed off and just yell, fuck you to the universe for this pain and suffering. Not just for me, like it's more the pain and suffering for the majority of the people in the world. Because like I'm so empathic, especially now. So I feel the pain of the collective a lot. So that is what brings me a lot of pain. It's tapping into the collective pain, But anyway, so I'm not going to get into it here, but I'm definitely going through an acceptance stage, and I don't want to like bum you guys out or like, I'm so fucking like I'm like one of the luckiest people on earth. Like I'm blessed, and I count my blessings every day, and I'm so grateful. And I love life. Just again, sometimes it just kind of sucks that we have to go through these inevitable tragedies. That's all. Anyways. Do you read Shroomery post? No, not really. Like when I was first getting into psychedelics, I did a little bit, but no, not really. Do you work out a lot? Not on this trip. I've actually lost a few kilos of muscle, unfortunately. And this always happens when I'm traveling. I just don't eat right. I don't exercise as much. But no, I do. I'm going to get back in. I'm actually going to the gym tomorrow morning. So I just arrived last night. So today is my chillax day. But yeah, no, I definitely work out. Yeah. It's a integral part of what helped me recover from this existential crisis, and I would suggest this to a lot of people, especially those who are lost in the ether and who are stuck in those existential thoughts, is to really focus on the mundane physical parts of reality. Working out, stepping outside, getting sunlight, so important. Hanging out with friends, creating, playing music, just simple things. It really helps. Where do you get your fish and eggs, Tom? My fish, I just I don't like to admit that I get it from my local supermarket. But I do live in Melbourne, so we're close to the sea, so it's somewhat fresh. Eggs, I don't really buy eggs. I hardly eat eggs, but I'm actually going to start implementing them in my diet a little bit more. I think my body's telling me that I need more of that, like animal protein, and eggs I feel the least guilty about. But yeah, from that, I'll either get it from my local supermarket or I'll go to a market. I just make sure it's from a good source. Do you want to go fishing? Yeah, fuck yeah. I'd love to go fishing. What's your opinion on the nature of consciousness? Most scientists and philosophers are materialists, but no true empiricist is a materialist. Idealism is arguably more empirical than materialism. The nature of consciousness. Well, I think it transcends this reality for sure, and we're just a very tiny manifestation of consciousness, if that makes sense. But again, it's just like there are certain questions that I'm not going to go deep into, because it's like I'd rather just make a video about it eventually and spend time on the script and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely not a materialist. And yeah, like you're right. Most scientists are materialists, but they're basing all these things on theories and not true experience. So yeah, I'm more of a, what do you call it? A romantic, I suppose. I go back and forth because I sometimes I do fall into like cynicism and nihilism, but it's not practical. You don't want to be a fucking nihilist. This is not going to help you. And there is meaning and purpose to this life. And I think that we're here for a reason for sure. And yeah, you could say, oh, that's just my ego saying that to make myself feel better and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you could be right, but I choose to believe that because it's the practical fucking choice. It's not only going to help me live a better life, but it's going to help my family live a better life. It's going to do service to the world, to my girlfriend, to my friends, to everybody. You need purpose and you need meaning. Otherwise, you're going to suffer a fuckload more than what you have to. So that's really important. The Christian, I just spat. The Christian tradition considers demons to be angels who rebelled against God. Ah, of course. No shit. See, I don't know. I would like to. I'm actually going to interview Jonathan Pegu. I'm so sorry, Jonathan, if you're listening. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but Jordan Peterson interviewed him, and he's like what do you call it? Like a symbolist? Like he's into symbology, symbolism, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, he knows his shit about religion and metaphors, symbolism, archetypes, all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be really fun picking his brain with that stuff, especially about Christianity, because my knowledge is so low, which is going to be good, right? So you have like a stupid person that has no idea about this stuff asking like this expert, which will be good because it's going to translate well to the audience. Because like because I don't know anything about it, it's like a noob asking this expert about these topics. So hopefully it'll be cool. Do you want to go fish? Yeah, one day. What places do you know? In ancient Greece, they believed that demons controlled what happens in our life in order to accomplish a goal that our soul is embarked on. See, when I fall into despair, it's because on a big part, like I think a big part of me believes that we have no control ultimately, and we do have these. Let's just call them entities, just for the matter of time. But yeah, let's just call them entities. But I believe that there are other high-dimensional beings that are just pulling the strings and using us humans as puppets, and they control kind of what thoughts we perceive and things like that. But it's up to us as a human being on which thoughts we listen to, right? Because every single decision that you make in your life can dramatically change your outcome. It's quite amazing. And I'm sure many of you can think of a time where if you just did that one thing, or if you didn't go to this school, or if you didn't meet this person, or if you didn't study this subject, your life would be in a completely different place right now. So it's interesting. And again, I don't believe that entities are pulling our strings. I'm just using that as a metaphor. But I believe that there are much bigger things out there that are influencing this dimension. And even if you look at health, I think that emotional trauma is going to affect our health a lot more than, let's say, diet or exercise could. I was listening to a podcast, Tim Ferriss podcast with Gabor Mate, and he's like, he knows his shit about addiction and trauma and overcoming these things. And he believes that the root of a lot of these hardcore addictions, not just drugs, but through food, porn, eating, whatever, that is from childhood trauma, right? And it's like a defense mechanism that our ego uses because we don't want to feel that great pain. So it sweeps these emotions under the rug. And yeah, this can help and can be useful when we're young, but as we grow older, it doesn't turn out so great. And then these traumas that we swept under the rug starts to manifest, right, into physical symptoms. And I know how does this relate to, demons controlling our life, as Jake said, or in ancient Greece, as they believed. But that's what I'm saying. Like there are higher how do you say it? Not to sound too woo-woo. How do I say this without sounding so woo-woo? But let's say there are higher dimensional realities that influence the lower realities, right? And I think that's the same with health and like it with anything. I don't know where I was going with that, but hopefully some of you get what I'm trying to say at least. um, Holy shit, I'm just back. Oof, mate, this coffee, I got to stop drinking this coffee. This is way too much. This is why I don't like drinking coffee. Every once in a while I do, but it's too intense, man. Way too intense. Maybe I'm just a little bitch. A couple weeks ago, my radio in my kitchen started playing at like 5 a.m. on full blast. I had to unplug it because I couldn't find the remote. It scared the shit out of me. Damn scary. Hey, Tom, I know you don't necessarily want to encourage psychedelic use, but what are your thoughts on the effectiveness of mushrooms for PTSD? I wouldn't recommend it because mushrooms can cause PTSD. And if you think you're in a really dark place and you're suffering a lot with whatever you have, psychedelics can make that like 100 times worse. And I'm not saying that to scare you off. And the only reason I say this is because not that mushrooms can't help with PTSD, but I don't think it's the best substance for PTSD. I would, if I had to recommend a substance for PTSD, it would have to be MDMA. And if you are going to do MDMA, do it with like either, if you can, with a practitioner, that would be best. But if not, at least a friend that you would trust with your life and that you can talk with, right? You can go through this. Yeah, MDMA will probably be best for PTSD. I don't think mushrooms so much. I think ayahuasca can be good for PTSD. But from what I have read, from what I've observed, MDMA seems to be the best substance for that particular mental disorder. So yeah. Life is so insane, honestly, it makes no sense. It doesn't, and then it does, and then it doesn't, and then it does. He's like, I get it. It's like, oh shit, I don't know shit. Oh no, I get it now. It's like, oh wait, what the fuck is this? Now I get it. No, you don't. It's this constant dance between order and chaos. It's pretty funny. You just gotta laugh. Will you marry me? Your girlfriend don't need to know. I'm gonna say no. Do you recommend tripping inside or outdoors? I guess it depends, but yeah, probably outdoors. If it's nighttime, indoors. Well, it would be best in the house. So then you can go outdoors and you can go indoors and you can go outdoors. Depends on the house, how it's set up. Like if you've got these amazing, bean bags and like cool paintings everywhere and like, I don't know, Palo Santo burning, then inside can be magical, I could be a side chick. I don't think Yesenia will be happy about that. Which countries have you been so far? Your opinion about traveling or living abroad? So I've been to, South America, obviously, because I'm half Chilean. So I've been to Chile a lot of times, Peru, Mexico, Canada, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, New Zealand now. I think that's it. Yeah, so far that's it. I went to Poland when I was like 6 months old, but I wouldn't really count that. My opinion about traveling or living abroad, there's plenty of ways you can do it. Like if you're traveling on a budget, you can either do like search out Airbnbs or couch surfing. You can do that. You can volunteer. Man, there's so many things that you can do. But it's amazing. I would recommend traveling over anything. It's the ultimate it's the physical psychedelic experience, right? You're going outside of your comfort zone into this new realm with this new culture where people talk different languages, have different opinions, have different thought structures about reality. And then you meet these people and they teach you about yourself, about the world, about reality, and it opens up your mind. Mate, traveling is the most psychedelic experience I can think of. And it's practical. You can take that shit home. It's not all abstract, It's such bullshit that YouTube is censoring psychedelic content. Yeah, it doesn't seem just to be psychedelic content, but yeah, Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. But I'm going to use this as an opportunity to catapult me forward. So remember that there's a blessing in every curse and a curse in every blessing. Duality. My first time smoking weed, I had childhood memories coming back and a constant deja vu feeling, but not with microdosing. That time I smoked 5 joints in a row. Damn. I love tripping outdoors, but if it's first time, I do it inside. Yeah. Like when I say do it outside, I'm like, it's assumed that you're doing it in your backyard. You know what I mean? Like not out in public. Okay. Yeah, but human nature isn't ego. True. Guess it depends on your definition of ego, but yeah, I can see. If you'd like to elaborate, I'd appreciate it. I'm from Sweden, and here it's honored to be a side dude. At least we're going through the tragedies together. Haha, it feels a lot better to hear you talk about these things. Yeah. It is great, and it's also even, I don't know, it's a tragedy that we all have to go through this tragedy. I guess that's where comedy comes from, right? It's a duality. Yeah, comedy stems from tragedy. Which is like, I don't know, it's kind of really sad if you think about it on a certain level. But then it's the balance. Like it is what it is. It is what it is. Do you do any other sports? I don't do sports anymore, unfortunately. I like to play tennis every once in a while or soccer. Those are the two sports that I am decent at. We do sometimes believe we're alone in our suffering quite a lot. Yeah. Yep. Glad to see you coming to accept your difficult trips. Yep. Everybody hurts sometimes. Tonglen meditation helps to make sense of universal suffering. Tonglen? What the fuck is Tonglen meditation? I'm gonna copy that. Would you ever go to Ireland? Yeah, I would go to every country in the world, except for like fucking, I don't know, El Salvador on top of my head, Yemen, Syria. Yeah, there's a few countries I wouldn't go to, but yeah, most of them I would. Fuck yeah. And I guess I'm totally going to take advantage of my YouTube status and see if I can stay in people's places for free when I'm traveling. Thanks for all you do. Thanks, Jeremy. Much appreciated, brother. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up, but I couldn't help but open mine saying, your opinion about stabbing monkeys for no reason. What? What do you think I'm going to say? Like, oh, well, you know, if they're egging you on, you know, if I can. Oh, wait, no, that's a reason, though. For no reason. No comment. What the fuck? That's the most randomest. Are you tripping? Stabbing monkeys for no reason. I'm laughing at it because it's so fucked up. Money. Ah, cheers, bro. Fuck. Donated some money. That's some generous people. I should do live streams more often. No, I like to do it anyway. It's good practice for me as well, just to kind of free associate, especially with no editing, jump cuts, things like that. So good to connect. And I like to do live streams on this channel versus your mate Tom, just because it's like less bullshit, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't mind talking about psychedelics and drugs. Don't get me wrong. So if you want to ask me about that stuff, feel free. But at least I feel like here it's a little bit more balanced with like life and spirituality versus just drugs. Because I noticed I did a couple live streams on your mate Tom, and it was just, it was too much. And that too, because the following is a lot bigger. That the comments just, it's like, it's too much. Can't keep up. Even right now, I'm like so behind. I'm not going to be able to read every question. So I apologize if I skip yours. What does the universe want us to feel? I don't know. Pain and suffering is part of it for being human. I'm not saying that to be pessimistic. That's like literally a price we have to pay to be human. But there's also the beauty of that as well. But love, 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 love. The universe wants us to feel love. Love, 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 love. I retract my previous statement. Love. The universe wants us to feel love. Maybe that's why there's all this pain and suffering. And a lot of us humans are just so stubborn that we don't see the grace in it, right? We don't learn our lessons because the suffering only gets more painful if we continue going down that cycle, right? And it just gets worse and more painful, more painful, more painful, like this downward spiral. But cycles are also made to be broken. Just remember that. Anywho. Is it important for you to be successful in life? It depends what you mean by successful. For me, I have a different, like, if you're talking about financially successful and finding my purpose and doing what I want to do every day, for me, yes. I think now that I've just gotten this far, and this is part of my personality, that I want to do what I want to do. Financially speaking, not so much. Like, okay, I'll break this down because successful, you can break it down to wealth, health, and wisdom, right? And in terms of financial success, as long as I have enough to not have to worry about paying bills and I want to eat what I want to eat and travel wherever I want to go, whenever I want to go, I'm cool with that. Anything more, I really don't give a shit. In terms of health, yeah, I think it's important to be healthy, to be clean, to be fit, to meditate, to do yoga, lift some fucking weights, run. I actually want to take up jiu-jitsu soon, but then it's just money. I'm like, oh, but money, but maybe this will help me in the future anyway. But anyways, off topic. I think it's important to eat clean, to treat your body like a fucking temple, because this is the meat vehicle which we're traveling in. So if you've got a rusty, shitty Volvo, oof, you're going to struggle in those later years in your life. But, you know, if you clean your body and you tune it up to it's like this nice, beautiful Ferrari, it's only going to give you more opportunities in the future in many different ways. And in terms of wisdom, success, I want to have that peace of mind. Like my ultimate goal in life, not goal, because it's important not to attach yourself to goals, because goals are permanent. State. The optimal state which I wish to achieve is complete inner peace, right? Peace with the collective suffering in the world, peace with myself, peace with my friends, peace with my family, peace with my purpose, and just be in a state of love and acceptance, you know? Yeah. It's a very hippie answer, but I fucking mean it, especially after all the shit that I went through. So, yeah, love. It all goes back to love. Love, 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 love. What do you plan to do besides your channel to earn money? And do you have a hint? Just finished school and can't decide what to do and studying because I'm interested in so many things. I just couldn't do one. Just fucking choose the thing that excites you the most and fucking stick to it. There's a saying which I read in Tools of Time and it's don't be a donkey, right? There's a fable of this donkey where there was like there was a haystack on one side and a body of water on the other, and the donkey was like thirsty and hungry. And what it did, it was just like, all right, it goes to get food and then changes mind. Oh, but I want water. Oh, but I want food. Oh, but I want water. Oh, but I want food. Oh, but I want water, until it starved to death and was dehydrated. Right now, what the donkey could have done is actually gone over, ate the freaking food, and then walk over to the water and drink the water. Could have had both in life, but because it was so indecisive and just kind of stayed in one spot, it didn't get any. So that's the thing in life. You got to really choose one thing and fucking stick to it and just do it. I know there's all these other things you want in life and like, oh, but I want to do this. Oh, but I want to do this. Oh, but I want to do this. And this is a story of my life. So I am talking from experience, especially if you look at all the courses that I've studied in the past. But when you look in hindsight, the dots do connect. and it does make sense, but you just got to stick to the one thing, and that will lead you to another thing, and that will lead you into another thing, and it will set you up, you know? So do the thing that excites you the most and stick to it, finish it, because just the people that you will meet will be more valuable than what you can imagine. I'm telling you. And the experience that you will gain. Even if you get, and your brain is gonna, like, you're gonna choose one thing, even though you're excited about it, and your brain is gonna be like, oh, I'm fucking bored of this. I want to do this. That's just your ego trying to distract you. Try your best not to fall into it, and just do one thing at a time. There's so many things I want to do with this channel, but I can't right now because I don't have the financial backing to do some of the things that I want to do. And I'm not gonna announce it here, but there are things, great things, that I will be doing, you know, but that's like a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. But if I do it now, I'm going to lose the momentum of this YouTube channel. So right now I got to focus on building this YouTube channel to the point where I'm financially stable. Then I can start venturing off to other things. You get me? Don't be a donkey, and just, you can drink the water and eat the hay. Yeah. Anyways. Do you feel influenced by the moon? Yes, I get very influenced by weather, and I usually get winter depression, especially here in Melbourne. This is why, which is great. Last year, I escaped the winter and I went to Southeast Asia. So I didn't experience winter last year. Well, I did in my mind, you know. But yeah, I do get influenced by the moon. I get influenced. I don't know. I'm a very sensitive person, so I get influenced by my environment a lot, which is why my tolerance for bullshit has lowered dramatically. And if I don't like a person, I'm just not going to hang out with them. Straight up, I'll leave. Because I used to stay when I was a kid because I was embarrassed. I was like, oh, what would they think? What would they think of me? Who gives a fuck? We're all going to die eventually, and you're not going to remember these things. Do you have a graphic design degree to fall back on for some pocket money? Your shirts and designs are cool. Not me, unfortunately. This is why I have to outsource. And again, if I just focus on graphic designing, then I'm going to lose time in all these other things that I'm actually good at, and I'm going to lose momentum for. So unfortunately, right now I can't. Yeah. Oh wait, what? I forgot to answer your question. What are you planning to do besides your channel to earn some money? Well, of course, I got all the, you know, like merch, YouTube, Patreon, yada yada yada. But I'm gonna eventually be doing like one-on-one consultations, whether it's like sort of like a counseling, genuine, open conversation thing, or it's gonna be that, and another thing is just to help people build their brand, their YouTube brand, because I definitely have a lot of great insights and things that I know that can greatly help people and cut their progress in half. So I'll be doing that, and eventually, who knows, maybe some speaking gigs, maybe could write a book eventually, things like that. But yeah, but it's all related to this channel. YouTube will be like the main vehicle, which will help fuel all these other things that I want to do, you know? Have you read the Bhagavad Gita? One second.
This is Audible.
The Bhagavad Gita. Actually, listen, this is my latest audiobook. Yeah, really cool. I haven't finished listening to it, but very powerful so far. Any tips for overcoming addiction? Go to the root of, like, you got to think of addiction. It's not the drug that you're addicted to or the activity. It's the feeling that you get. And why you're addicted to the feeling? Because you don't or you struggle to gain that feeling without the thing that you're addicted to. So then you got to think of, why don't you feel this way? And it usually always relates to some trauma, right? Some unpleasant feeling. So you got to identify the emotion that you don't like feeling, backtrack. And this is why therapy is amazing, or just talking to a coach or talking to someone that can talk to you and kind of objectively analyze you in a sense, and they can pin, and you can work through it together. But yeah, you just got to pinpoint of why you're addicted in the first place. But it's usually the feeling, it's usually a trauma that you're trying to run away from, you know? Which ayahuasca retreat would you recommend? Dream Glade would be the only one that I would. That's Dream Glade. Yo, have you read the Bhagavad Gita? Yep. Adam's podcast with you was difficult to watch because you continue to interrupt and not let you tell your story. Do you find it annoying? I didn't find it annoying because I do the same thing and I'm trying to like fix that myself, especially with podcasts that I'm doing. And I do notice that I interrupt guests talking. It's just because you get excited or you have this thing that you just want to bring out. But no, I understand. Everyone's human. This is literally his first time interviewing someone, so that's all good. I still have a lot of work to do myself. I woke up to hearing what sounded like something walking upstairs. Went upstairs, nothing. Came back down to listen to it, and I found it was a mouse running around my ceiling. It scared me. Do you still lucid dream? Not like intentionally. And if it does happen, it's accidental. Maybe every couple months. And the reason for that is I'm just focusing on this reality here. Not saying there's anything wrong with lucid dreaming. It's just where I'm at right now, especially with my personality, especially me going existential mode. I don't think focusing on dreaming is a good idea for me right now. I'm just working on anchoring myself to this reality as much as possible. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far. if I do say so myself. What's your opinion on monthly LSD trips or even weekly in low dose? I think that's way too much. Oh, damn, I was thinking, who the hell is Raw Spirituality? Good to see you, Tom. Good to see you too. Would you recommend investing in BitConnect? Are you high? That's hilarious. You're a funny dude. Thank you. I needed some comical relief. See, you're smart trolling though. Like, you know, when people just troll when it's just they just want to just like they have this pain body that they just want to. It's like, come on, man. At least be like a little bit creative if you're gonna troll. That's a good one. Do you think we are reincarnated to different planets as aliens? I don't know. I think we're all aliens anyway, aren't we? Made from stardust. Whenever I was just trolling a little. Sorry. Don't be sorry, mate. Whenever I got high, I draw cartoons of my friends showing how they really are. They're very revealing. Yeah, I bet. Have you tried Kundalini yoga? Joe Rogan says it releases DMT naturally. We have no fucking idea whether we do release DMT naturally. It's just it's a theory. But yeah, I've tried Kundalini yoga a few times. Really intense. It gives me like a similar effect of like the Wim Hof breathing. Really cool. Have you seen Corey's new video on the dangers of the third eye? I thought it was so true. No, I have not. Joe Rogan is my dad. Which type of meditation have you tried? Do you practice meditation daily? I do more a mix between mindfulness meditation and like deep breathing meditation. Do I practice it daily? No. In terms of like a proper, all right, I'm going to sit down for 30 minutes and do this, structured meditation thing. No, but I definitely do practice my form of meditation every day, even if it's just for a couple minutes, because over time it compounds and it does get easier because I don't want to force this upon myself. You know what I mean? Ram Dass talks about this. Don't meditate because you feel like you have to do it. Make it come. It's like a balance of like letting it come naturally, but not, just sitting back and waiting for the habit to get instilled into you. You need some discipline and you're going to have to make, step outside your comfort zone. But yeah, I do practice. The thing that I practice most every day is gratitude. Yeah, gratitude. You should do more live stream, mate. Yeah, maybe I will. Have you ever bought drugs off the dark web? No. Joey Diaz is funny as fuck. Yeah, he's hilarious. I love Joey Diaz. Any advice for first-time DMT user? How will it change my views on spirituality? You're already going the wrong approach there, buddy, because you're putting this expectation on. It may change your views. It may not change your views. Who knows? It might not give you any spiritual growth whatsoever. Or even worse, it might trick you into thinking it's given you spiritual growth, and it takes you a long time to realize that you just built a spiritual ego. So yeah, you just got to be very vigilant and self-critical. And hang out with people that are going to challenge your belief systems constantly instead of just yes men. Yeah, this is great, lol. Feels like I'm hanging with pals on a Saturday. Yeah, friend. How do you feel about kratom overall? I think it can be an amazing plant if used responsibly. And yeah, I feel the same about kratom as I do about weed. It can be very damaging and can be very useful. It depends on how you use it, and it depends on your personality. I have a very addictive personality, so for me to use it more often than not might not be a good thing. I have enough addictions as it is. I find myself going down dark rabbit holes on the internet I wish I never saw. It makes me want to stand up for the innocent even more. Well, fucking yeah, use that. Use that as inspiration to take action. If we come here with the intent to experience love, we have to experience the opposite of love first. Well, yeah, that's part of the duality. It's all we need to experience the contrast to know what this thing is. Exactly. Oh, dang. I was thinking, who the hell? Oh, right. I already read that. Minimalism for the win. Yep. What's your all-time favorite memory? Oh, I don't know. I'm not even going to try. Trip today. Cried like a baby. Nice trip. That's good. Did you stop by Nelson when you went to the big NZ? Yes. I don't remember what Nelson was. We went to so many places. I don't know the names to like any of them. But yeah, go check my Instagram. I took some pretty cool photos there. I've been really getting into photography lately and learning in depth about Photoshop and things like that. Like I'm really passionate about that kind of stuff. It's really cool. Just another creative outlet. So, you know, when people are like, oh, follow me on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, blah, 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 blah. But when I say follow me on Instagram, it's because like, no, I think that I post some pretty cool photos, or at least I try to. And I have a lot of fun doing it. It's the only social media that I don't find it as big of a chore. Like I love making videos, but the whole YouTube and the tags and the description, the title, and it's a headache. But you got to do what you got to do. So I'm not complaining. El perro francés. You will grow up so much now. New Zealand is better than Australia. Whoops. I agree. In many ways. I think that New Zealanders are a lot easier to deal with than Australians. They're a lot more chill. It's like New Zealand is like our Canada. You know how like Canada is to the US, New Zealand is to Australia. Yeah, I love it. A little bit too chill. Like, I don't know. There's things about Australia that I would prefer. But New Zealand doesn't have like, you know, the poisonous spiders and snakes and these, you know, myriad of poisonous insects and animals, so which is nice. But yeah, in a lot of ways, New Zealand is better than Australia. I completely agree. Are you an Aquarius? I am. I am an Aquarius. This is my age, bitches. Better listen. Haha. So fucking lame, Tom. Jeez. I wish all like-minded people could just pull money and resources inside a community. Well, you don't have to wish. We can do it. We're doing it now. It just takes a while. A true socialist nation that actually cares about people, not just money or image. Yep. I was asking you, Tom, just wondering for some reason. Haha. Haha. What are your thoughts on mental illness like depression, derealization? Well, yeah, they suck. They can cause a lot of suffering, but it's also a misalignment with our higher self. And I'm going really new age and vague and woo-woo here, but I do think it's a disconnection. It's it's a disconnection from myself, for sure. And it's simplifying it and butchering it into this, reduced thing. But again, one of those things that I'm not even going to bother going into. It's too much, too deep. Now, some people have been like donating money, and I really appreciate it. I just want to know, where does that go? Is that like just go into my AdSense, like my ad money, or like, I don't know. I have to see. Or is it like this separate thing? Because I was like, this is cool. That means I can like get myself a meal or something. It's like your guy's shot. Yeah, San Pedro's mescaline. What do you think of 2CB? I haven't done 2CB. Sorry if you already said this, but by back you mean you're back in Australia? Yeah, I'm back in Australia. I was just being melodramatic. It's like, I'm back. I only left for 3 weeks. Calm down, mate. I just didn't know what to name. I just didn't want to name this like raw spirituality live stream or something. Thought it was a bit boring. All right, so I'm going to end this very soon. So just, I don't know if you have any questions or final words. Now's the time. I'm going to finally have my late breakfast. Have you ever broken the matrix during a trip? I've definitely had a profound experience where I broke reality and saw things that I wasn't meant to. Yeah, I definitely peeked behind the curtain of reality and saw a very dark truth. This was my Boga experience, where I felt at the time like this whole physical reality is almost like this satanic matrix controlled by really fucking evil people, and like it's like a lot of people are just getting their souls harvested, and some of us are like trying to help others. I don't know. Again, I'm saying this is what I felt at the time. I'm not necessarily saying that this is true or not. I definitely do believe that there's a lot of darkness in this world and it's imbalanced, and I know that people don't like to admit this truth, but if we don't admit it, we're never going to get through it. I mean, I want to, just like the next guy, I want to believe that this life is all peaches and roses and have all these new age belief systems, but I think they're more dangerous than they are helpful. Hey Tom, are you on NoFap also? No, I'm not. It's one of those things. One of my addictions. I'm cutting down. It helps to have a girlfriend though, definitely, and have sex. When you say NoFap, does that purely mean just masturbation, or is that no sex either? Because if it was no sex and no masturbation, there's no fucking way I could do that right now. The sex really helps. What's your favorite country you visited so far? I have a few, like Peru's one is up there, Mexico, Chile. Yeah, those ones. It is proven that DMT is produced in the body, but we have no proof of DMT produced in the pineal gland. Hi, by the way, you look great. Oh, thank you. Right. No, but I mean, like, we don't have proof that when we do Kundalini or when we have these really intense spiritual experiences that it's DMT necessarily. Could be another. Like the body definitely produces psychedelic compounds in high doses in these certain stressful situations, but we just don't know if it's like DMT. Probably is. Thoughts on psychedelic use as a teenager. If you ask me, I think you should wait until like 25. And if I could go back in time, I would have waited for sure. Go more in depth with traumatic one too, if you can. I've made videos about this before. There's a video on Psych Substances channel. Go check it out. That burger trip sounds terrifying. Oh, and your hair looks cool like that. What do you think of that? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to get going, guys. This is too much. Why would you not masturbate? Quitting watching porn, I can understand, but why become a monk? I don't want to quit masturbating forever. Yeah, it's more the porn. It's not like I want to quit masturbation forever. It's more like just cut down a little bit, you know? So I don't want to become a purist either. I just want to say, Tom, mad respect to you and everything you're doing here. Your videos helped me through an extremely tough time with mental illness, and now, the first time in a long time, I feel alive. It's fucking awesome to hear. It's literally the reason why I'm doing this. You know, sometimes I lose sight, you know, and I stray off my path a little bit, but life tends to have a brutal way of reminding me to go back to my roots. So that's really awesome to hear, brother. I'm happy for you. And I'm glad that at least some of the stuff that I do can be helpful to some people. Fuck yeah. Thoughts on Jordan Peterson? Amazing dude. I love Jordan Peterson. Okay. How do I how do I how do I get out of this? Okay, so I'm having trouble because I've got this chat on full screen so I don't get distracted. And I don't know how to get out of it. Manage moderators? Okay, cool. I'm out, homies. I'll catch you on the next video. I just want to do a live stream just to I don't know. I haven't released content on this channel for a while. Again, just dealing with a lot of shit with YouTube, my main channel, and other things I've got to do. But I will do live streams on this channel every once in a while. And there will be a time where I will take this channel a hell of a lot more serious and do a lot more in-depth, high-quality videos, like such as the hero's journey and things like that. It's just right now, it's just not worth for me to do that kind of stuff because it's like a lot of time, a lot of resources, and a lot of energy for like, yeah, zero financial return. And I don't care. It's not like I care about the money, but right now it's like I got to set my life up to a point where I can do this creatively, you know, and this will mean better content in the future. So it's best for everybody. But it's all good. Anyways, I don't have to explain myself, but I did anyway. Peace out, guys. Good to speak to you guys, and I will see you soon. Peace.